and observation. Viewers began daily meditation, journaling, and quiet reflection to hear their inner voice. Viewer responses. 5. Darius K., 29, Miami, Florida, USA. I reconnected with my instincts and made a career pivot with confidence. 6. Anika P., 34, Berlin, Germany. Meditation and journaling now guide my decision making. Listen to your inner voice, donate, and unlock deeper insights. RP Radio. Love the content, drop a comment, share this with others, and subscribe for more content. Scene 4, Twilight Zone Rap Shadow Wisdom Donation Rap, Liam S. 26, Berlin. Germany asks, how can I learn from my darker traits without being consumed? Twilight Zone Rap, observe your shadow. Identify patterns. Awareness, not suppression, transforms lessons. Viewers journal their darker tendencies to grow. Viewer responses. 7. Isabella M., 33, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. I became aware of my pride and resentment and began self-improvement. 8. Omar A., 28, Dubai, UAE. I stopped repeating toxic patterns in relationships. Embrace your shadow, donate, and gain exclusive behind-the-scenes access. RP Radio. Love the content, drop a comment, share this with others, and subscribe for more content. Scene 5. Dark Ember Rap, Strategic Growth Donation Rap. Amira N., 29, Cairo, Egypt asks, how do you plan without letting ego control decisions? Dark Ember Rap. Observe outcomes objectively. Strategy is reflection plus action. Viewers are learning planning and foresight while checking ego. Viewer responses. 9. Diego F., 33, Buenos Aires, Argentina. I started a career journal tracking wins and failures strategically. 10. Leela S., 25, Casablanca, Morocco. I balance ambition with empathy after seeing Dark Ember Rap. Strategize your life, donate, and master your path. RP Radio. Love the content, drop a comment, share this with others, and subscribe for more content. Scene 6. Frieza Rap Subtle Influence Donation Rap. Ethan W., 30, Vancouver, Canada asks, how can I influence others positively without manipulation? Frieza Rap. Influence is understanding, empathy, and example. Observing negative influence in our story helps viewers correct their own. Positive influence is intentional and ethical. Viewer responses. 11. Maya L., 23, Sydney, Australia. I became aware of subtle manipulation in friendships and corrected it. 12. Raphael T., 34, Lisbon, Portugal. I mentor peers, modeling behavior rather than controlling it. Influence with integrity. Support the rap universe now. RP Radio. Love the content, drop a comment, share this with others, and subscribe for more content. Scene 7. Umbra Rap Balancing Mind and Heart Donation Rap. Fatima R., 25, Casablanca, Morocco asks, how do I use intellect without losing empathy? Umbra Rap. Balance comes from reflection and emotional awareness. Intellect without empathy isolates, while balanced intellect fosters connection. Viewer responses. 13. Tariq H., 31, Lahore, Pakistan. I lead with both logic and care in my community. 14. Carlos M., 36, Madrid, Spain. I now pause and reflect emotionally before major decisions. Sharpen your mind and heart. Donate and unlock secret insights. RP Radio. Love the content, drop a comment, share this with others, and subscribe for more content. Scene 8. The Combined Lesson Light and Dark Integration Donation Rap. Viewers also asked, how do I integrate lessons from both heroes and villains? Anonymous Cherry, Observe both sides, learn from triumphs and mistakes alike. Twilight Zone rap, your shadows are lessons. Recognize and transform them. Night rap, show up even imperfectly. Dark Ember rap, plan strategically but stay grounded. Viewer highlights, 15. Caden H, 19, New York, USA. I balanced ambition with mindfulness after following tribe and family lessons. 16. Amelia F, 28, Paris, France. I left a toxic environment and started a business applying strategic growth lessons. 17. Ahmed S, 29, Cairo, Egypt. Meditation, journaling, and reflection became daily habits. 18. Isabella N, 31, Milan, Italy. I integrated my shadow traits into personal growth planning. 19. Nika O, 31, Johannesburg, South Africa. I created a mentorship circle applying light and dark lessons. Step into your power, donate, unlock behind the scenes, and transform your story. RP Radio. Love the content, drop a comment, share this with others, and subscribe for more content. Chapter 4. Harmony Under Pressure. The rap family gathered at the Temple of Frequencies, a sacred hall where vibrations from the universe could be heard like faint whispers in the air. The walls were alive with echoes of chants from those who came before, every sound vibrating with intention. Anonymous Cherry stood at the center, his aura glowing with steady calm. Around him sat Night Rap, Genius Rap, Researcher Rap, Excitement Rap, and Mama Rap, each one pulsing with different energies, conflicted, hopeful, unsure, yet united. Listen, Anonymous said, his voice soft but carrying the weight of command. The evil rap tribe thrives on division. They turn our differences into weapons. But here today we align, not as separate rhythms, but as one symphony. The floor beneath them lit with concentric circles of chai. Everyone's energy began pulling, clashing, pushing against each other. For a moment, the harmony seemed impossible. Genius Rap's intellect buzzed too fast. Night Rap's walls of defense resisted flow, and Excitement Rap's energy surged like untamed lightning. Breathe, Mama Rap whispered, steadying her hands. Family is not about being the same. It's about moving together, even with different steps. The energy shifted. Slowly, their Kai aligned. A glow surged upward like a column of light, piercing the roof of the temple and extending into the skies. From above, the evil rap tribe watched, cloaked in shadows. Twilight Zone Rap grinned with twisted amusement. They're learning, he muttered, but pressure will test their unity, and pressure always cracks. Suddenly, black mist seeped through the temple doors. Clones of the evil rap tribe, weaker shades but dangerous nonetheless, emerged to disrupt the family's flow. Anonymous stepped forward, his aura already bristling. Hold formation, don't break. Each rap fought in their way, Night Rap shielding with heavy defensive barriers. Genius Rap analyzing clone patterns and shouting counter strategies. Excitement Rap turning wild energy into sharp blasts of fire. Mama Rap weaving healing songs that stitched their chai back together mid-battle. Researcher Rap tapping into ancient scrolls, channeling vibrations into elemental strikes. Together, the Rap family held strong. Their chi, though different, began to harmonize like a drumline singing after chaos. The clones cracked and burst into mist, unable to withstand the balanced frequencies. Anonymous smiled faintly. This is what alignment feels like. A family not broken, but bent into harmony. The temple floor pulsed once more, and the column of light solidified into a beacon visible across the city, a signal that the Rap family was entering a new stage of power. But from the distance, Twilight Zone Rap's laughter echoed. Light can shine, but every light casts a shadow, and I am the shadow. RP Radio. Love the content, drop a comment, share this with others, and subscribe for more content. Align, light, refine, flow together, build the climb. Rap Palace calls, step in divine, support the mission. Now's the time. Support the Rap family's journey and build wealth with us. Radio. Love the content, drop a comment, share this with others, and subscribe for more content. Here's Chapter 5 of your saga, carrying the Rap family into their first major clash against Twilight Zone Rap himself. I've woven in the donation jingles and promo link in natural spots so they fit the rhythm of the story. RP Radio. Love the content, drop a comment, share this with others, and subscribe for more content. Chapter 5. The Distortion Clash. The Rap family marched into the Neon District, where buildings flickered like broken holograms. The evil Rap tribe had begun their work, reality bending and unraveling under the warped laughter of Twilight Zone Rap. Shadows bent sideways, streetlights hummed backwards. Even the air tasted metallic, as if truth itself was dissolving. Anonymous Cherry felt the distortion pressing against his chi, threatening to pull his heartbeat out of rhythm. "Stay centered," he whispered. "This is his battlefield, but our harmony is stronger." Twilight Zone Rap appeared in the center of the chaos, his eyes glowing with sick amusement. "Ah, my favorite family," he sneered. "So eager to align, so desperate to shine. But what happens when reality itself turns against you?" He snapped his fingers. Instantly, clones of the evil Rap tribe poured from the alleyways, each one a warped mockery of the Rap family themselves. RP Radio. Love the content, drop a comment, share this with others, and subscribe for more content. The battle begins. Night Rap braced himself, his shields flickering under the pressure. Genius Rap tried calculating clone patterns, only to realize equations bent under the distortion. Excitement Rap lashed out wildly, his fireballs exploding but unraveling into sparks before impact. Researcher Rap gritted his teeth, flipping through scrolls, only to find the words sliding off the pages. It was chaos. Twilight's laughter shook the sky. You cannot fight distortion with logic. You cannot fight lies with fists. Anonymous's aura flared. His snake chi surged green-blue with purple highlights, wrapping his form like a living serpent. "We don't fight distortion," he growled. "We align beyond it." RP Radio. Love the content, drop a comment, share this with others, and subscribe for more content. Power flows when the family's true, chi aligned, reality can't undo. Support the mission, help us grow, abundance flow. RP Radio. Love the content, drop a comment, share this with others, and subscribe for more content. Harmony strikes back. The Rap family shifted. Instead of fighting alone, they began syncing movements. Night Rap shielded, while Excitement Rap funneled fire through the cracks. Genius Rap stopped calculating and started flowing, using instinct to guide strategy. Researcher Rap read not the words, but the vibrations behind them, channeling sonic blasts. Mama Rap sang, her healing notes weaving into their combined aura. Their chi flared, merging into a spiral of golden blue light. Together, they unleashed a unified chi blast that tore through the clones, unraveling the distortion around them. Twilight Zone Rap staggered, but only grinned wider. Interesting, he mused. Unity as a weapon. Let's see how long you can keep it before I tear your harmony apart from the inside. The battle had only begun. RPRadio. Love the content, drop a comment, share this with others, and subscribe for more content. Every verse, every fight, every flow takes chi, takes heart, takes seed to grow. Join the mission. Let the palace know. Time to sow. RPRadio. Love the content. Drop a comment. Share this with others and subscribe for more content.
Still haven't tried 1775 coffee? Now's your shot. The 1775 starter kit just dropped. Only 1,000 units. You're getting the bold dark roast that hits hard, the smooth medium roast, and the vitality mushroom coffee for clean energy and laser focus. No crash. All single origin, small batch, toxin free and mold free. Plus, you're also getting a gold spoon clip because freedom isn't scooped in with plastic A frother strong enough to stir up your coffee and your mother-in-law's opinions. And a black 1775 tumbler. $170 worth of coffee and gear. Yours for 99 knocks. This is for the ones who've been watching 1775 blow up on Rumble, wondering if it's actually worth it. Spoiler, it is. Go to 1775coffee.com/studio and grab your starter kit before they're gone. Bold beans, clean fuel, and a morning routine that stands for something, just like Rumble does.
Rapkin Saga, Harmony at Home Part 1. Roots in Rhythm Chapter 1. Homecoming Hymn. The gates of rhythm had closed softly behind them. The battlefield of rhyme and rebellion was now a memory etched in their flows. The Rapkins, once warriors of word and defenders of beat, had returned not to rest but to live. Their house sat in the heart of Harmony Heights, nestled between a jazz cafe and a vinyl bookstore. Vines curled around its porch like melodic bars, and from within the scent of sage and soul food lingered. Mama Rap stood at the kitchen window, watching her children trickle in one by one. No armor, no mic standoffs, just mismatched socks, tired smiles, and the kind of silence that comes from finally being safe.
Get in here, all y'all, she hollered. If you can rhyme, you can rinse a dish.
Excitement Rap bounced through the door first, dapping up everyone from the cat to the couch.
Yo, it's so good to just exist again. I'm about to freestyle folding laundry.
Professor Rap followed behind, lugging an armful of dusty notebooks.
Let's establish a knowledge zone. I'm starting a wisdom wall. Historical bars by decade.
Groove Rap peeked around the corner, already wearing headphones, paintbrush tucked behind his ear.
If y'all don't mind, I'd like to repaint the basement. I got an idea called Layers of Lineage.
Melancholy Rap arrived quietly, hoodie up, eyes thoughtful. He slid onto the piano bench and began to play a low, contemplative chord progression that filled the house with soft memory. The little one, Toddler Rap, toddled in behind a vine-wrapped garden tool.
Repeating Rapkin back, Rapkin nap.
To the beat of his tiny feet, Fury Rap stormed in like a firestorm turned warm.
If we're home, then we give back. I'm starting a weekly forum, no excuses.
Flirt Rap spun into the room with a wink and a snap.
And I'll be hosting the Vibe, Open Mic Thursdays, donations encouraged.
Lazy Rap ambled in last, arms stretched like jazz hands.
I'd clap, but I'm conserving energy. Let's breathe before we build.
As the day turned to dusk, they all gathered on the porch. Serenity Rap lit a candle in the center of the table. Her voice was barely a whisper, but everyone leaned in to listen.
We are still writing, she said, but now we write together.
And there it was, the first bar of the next chapter in their legacy. No enemies, no battles, just the rhythm of love, purpose, and verse. Jingle, boots off, hearts on. We heal and clap, give a little love with a victory rap. Freestyle. This. Write 4 bars welcoming someone home and include a line about one way you can give back this week. Chapter 2. Morning Groove. Before the sun fully stretched its golden arms across the sky, the Rapkin kitchen was already alive. Mama Rap moved like music incarnate, whisking eggs to the beat, flipping pancakes with precision, and humming soul harmonies as if seasoning the air itself. Her slippers patted softly against the tile as the scent of smoked paprika and roasted tomatoes wrapped the room like a warm hook. She didn't need an alarm clock. Her rhythm was the clock.
Rise and rhyme, she sang, voice dancing up the stairs like a trumpet solo.
If you want a plate, you best bring a verse. The family staggered in, sleepy-eyed and barefoot. Excitement Rap was first, still half dancing from a dream.
Yo! Morning, Mama! I got a new wake-up hook. Sun up, soul up, grits in the pan, love so thick, gotta eat with both hands.
Mama Rap giggled and handed him a biscuit.
You rhyme with flavor, baby.
Lazy Rap followed next, wrapped in a comforter like a burrito. No verse, just vibes. I'll sweep later.
Flirt Rap leaned on the counter. I'm just here to butter my toast and the conversation.
Meanwhile, Toddler Rap beatboxed into his plastic spoon.
Chair dancing to an invisible jam.
Bap bap boom boom, juice box drop!
Mama Rap handed him his sippy cup.
And rapped back gently, grits in your belly.
Dreams in your brain.
Let Mama Rap stir joy with no pain.
The family passed condiments like they passed verses. Every squeeze of syrup was a stanza. Every clink of a plate was percussion. The kitchen wasn't just where food was made, it was where belonging was cooked into every bite. By 9 a.m., the table was cleared, dishes rinsed, and floors swept all to a playlist of old school classics and freestyle chores. Mama Rap stood at the sink, wiping her hands, eyes soft. She didn't need a crown. Her empire was warm, rhythmic, and real. And just like that, another day began with flavor, love, and flow. Eggs, sizzle, kindness, drips, tip your time, not just your chips. Freestyle, this, craft a breakfast, table chant that lists 3 small acts of service you can do before noon. Chapter 3, Birthday Barbecue Jam. Nobody planned a party. That's not how Excitement Rap did things. It started with a speaker on the front lawn and one "Y'all ready to celebrate?" shout that echoed across Harmony Heights. 10 minutes later, the grill was fired up, the driveway was cleared, and the air smelled like burgers, bass lines, and anticipation.
Today's the toddler's turn up, Excitement Rap hollered, spinning a spatula in one hand and flipping hot dogs with the other. If you came hungry or happy, you're in the right place.
Toddler Rap, wearing a birthday crown made of cardboard and crayons, was jumping in circles to the beat of his own birthday song. He had no idea how old he was now. He just knew this was the best day ever.
Mama Rap emerged with a bowl of coleslaw and a freestyle. Potato salad chilled, grill on blast, love on the table, make the moment last.
Flirt Rap manned the ice cooler, handing out sodas like VIP tickets.
Even Lazy Rap was out of his hammock. He brought a folding chair to the front and nodded along, eyes half shut, grill smoke curling around him like a dream.
Groove Rap painted Toddler Rap's name in graffiti bubbles across the sidewalk using water-based chalk sprays. Professor Rap took a moment mid-burger to jot down a verse about family infrastructure and the sociology of potato chips.
And in the middle of it all was Excitement Rap, bouncing, beaming, beatboxing between birthday toasts. This ain't just a party, this is a practice. We build community when we share joy.
Kids danced, elders clapped, a piñata shaped like a boom box exploded over the front steps.
As the sun dipped low, Serenity wrapped Toddler Rap in a warm blanket and sang a soft birthday lullaby. He fell asleep smiling, juice box still in hand.
And just like that, the driveway became a sacred space, one shaped by joy, rhythm, and neighborhood love. Candles blaze, we pass the plate, share a slice, so others create. Freestyle, this, write a party hook that turns gift giving into community giving. What cause gets the present today?
Chapter 1, Exit Light Part 1 of 2, The Gate of Heaven Side Open. After what felt like centuries of singing through starlight, the Rap family stepped from the blinding core of the heavenly invisible spirit time chamber of power back toward the world that still remembered gravity. Each footfall scattered feathers of gold energy that dissolved before touching the ground. For a breath, everything was perfect. The Chakratati rivers glowed their approval, curving through the air like benevolent dragons returning to rest. Toddler Yoku clapped both hands. We did it. Snack time, Civil Surfer laughed, half from relief. Finally, a victory that doesn't explode. Anonymous Cherry stood last in the doorway. The neoplasm chi inside him shimmered like a second dawn. Every cell in his body hummed, alive, balanced, disciplined. Even the air bowed away from him when he exhaled. He smiled at Mama Amarap. Let's go home. The words triggered the gate's closing sequence. Light folded, warmth condensed, and the stairway of sound behind them sealed into a single crystal note. Then the color of the world changed. Will it be 10 or 11? Will it be 10 or 11? A, ooh, ooh, e, oh, the first shadow. The sky bled from gold to dusk in a single blink. Where light should have faded gently, it froze, half sunset, half night, like a painting arguing with itself. Mama Ama felt her aura shiver. That's wrong. The chamber never drops us into silence. Civil Surfer's hand hovered near his chai board. Anybody else taste static? Toddler Yoku's cheeks puffed. He pointed at the horizon. Out there, the rivers were slowing, their flow reversing as though time had forgotten which direction was forward. The music of alignment wavered off-key. A laugh rolled across the distance, low, wide, infinite. Did you think I would let you leave ungraded? The laugh rippled the air into fractals. From each fracture stepped a fragment of Twilight Zone rap, all angles and grin, each version tinted a different color of distortion. They merged at the center until one form remained, taller, sharper, wearing a cloak woven from shards of his broken mirror chamber. His eyes reflected everything but the truth. Anonymous's voice dropped. You should not exist outside the mirror. Twilight bowed theatrically. Existence is relative, student. Reflection simply needed a new surface. He gestured at the halted rivers. Your precious flow makes an excellent mirror. With that, he clapped his hands. The ground answered with thunder. From the frozen water rose columns of glass, each one containing a blurred silhouette, the inverted choir, grown from the resonance he'd stolen before his defeat. Civil Surfer muttered, deja vu with a budget increase. Twilight smiled. Each one carries your song rewritten backward. Every time you chant, you feed me harmonics. Let's hear you harmonize with entropy. He snapped his fingers. The columns shattered. Will it be 10 or 11? Will it be 10 or 11? A, ooh, E, O, the inverted. What poured out wasn't liquid but sound, notes with claws. Each fragment unfolded into a humanoid figure made of echoing vibration, its body transparent, trembling. The moment their feet touched ground, they started to sing. The air turned heavy as reversed vowels rippled through it. Ooh, eh, oh. Every syllable peeled color off the world. Trees inverted, turning inside out. Even the river spray began to fall upward. Anonymous's neoplasm chi reacted instantly, cells oscillating between regeneration and disassembly. He grimaced, holding his stomach. They're draining alignment. Every reversed note cancels our frequency. Mama Amma spread her arms, summoning her golden barrier. The dome flickered under the sonic assault, but held. We can't outsing that many. We have to retune. Toddler Yoku climbed to her shoulder, eyes wide. I can help. Civil Surfer launched forward on a wave of turquoise light, carving paths through the sound waves. Then remix Baby DJ, give me a beat. Yoku clapped his tiny hands. Will it be 10 or 11, 10 or 11? The rhythm broke the spell for a heartbeat. Surfer rode the opening, slicing through 3 of the choir forms. They burst into harmless dust, but immediately reformed from the ambient noise. Bad news, he yelled. They're on loop. Will it be 10 or 11? Will it be 10 or 11? A, E, ooh, E, E, ah, ah, ooh, neoplasm, strain anonymous, closed his eyes. Inside his body, the dual hearts of the neoplasm chi struggled. Each choir note tried to push one beat out of sync from the other, creation against decay, life against death. Sweat ran down his temples, smoke curled from his shoulders. Mama Amma saw it and reached him through the barrier. Stay centered, love. Remember what the spirit taught. Sing with him. Anonymous nodded weakly, called out to Yoku. Little chief on my mark. Twilight Zone rap smirked. You think harmony still works when half the universe is singing in reverse. Anonymous ignored him. He inhaled deep, pulling the air until his ribs glowed. Fenheroret. Yoku answered instantly with his riddle chant. Their duet burst outward like sunlight remembering how to rise. The inverted choir screamed as their tones collided. Where harmony met dissonance, white fire blossomed. Half the battlefield cleared, rivers began to move again. Twilight's grin never faltered. Ah, but regeneration feeds reflection, remember? Let me show you the upgrade. He raised one hand. The remaining choir dissolved back into vapor and poured into his body. His outline blurred, fractal wings spreading from his back, mirrors angled at every star. Behold the zone absolute, he said. Every sound you make reflects through me first. The air shattered like glass. Will it be 10 or 11? Will it be 10 or 11? E, ooh, ooh, the break point. The family hit the ground hard, scattered by the blast. Colors kept switching places. Blue became red, shadow became shine. Each breath tasted of static. Twilight hovered above, haloed by 11 spinning mirror rings. Anonymous forced himself up, the neoplasm energy crackling like electricity in water. We can't fight reflection with reflection. We need inversion. Civil Surfer coughed. Meaning, Anonymous said. We sing through the mirror instead of against it. Mama Amma gathered them close inside her barrier dome. The dome flickered with each heartbeat. Yoku held her hand, the smallest one anchoring them all. Anonymous extended both arms. When the next pulse hits, we let it pass through and change key at the exact midpoint. Ready, Civil Surfer grinned. Always wanted to jam with quantum physics. Twilight lifted his hands for the killing chord. End lesson. the world filled with sound so bright it burned. Anonymous shouted, "Now." The family exhaled together. Yoku's question, Ama's warmth, Surfer's rhythm, Anonymous's deep vowels, and for the briefest instant, the river of reality reversed its own flow. Will it be 10 or 11? Will it be 10 or 11? E, E, ooh, 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 E, A, ooh, or 1, X or 1, as light part 2 of 2, the world flipped. Not like falling, like being turned inside out and discovering you were bigger on the other side. For one impossible instant, the Rap family wasn't standing in a battlefield at all. They were standing inside the sound wave itself. Color froze mid-ripple. Time froze mid-blink. Even Twilight Zone Rap, mid-strike, hung in the air like a paused threat. Anonymous Cherry felt it, the midpoint. "This is it," he whispered. "This is where he can't touch." Because in the exact middle between their chant and Twilight's dissonance, there was no winner and loser, no attack and defense, no mirror and original. There was only pure signal, not his, not Twilight's source. Anonymous grabbed it. The effect was immediate. The neoplasm chi inside him, that two-beat current of creation and dissolution, the heartbeat that should have torn him apart if he ever lost tempo, snapped into perfect lock. The burnout, the decay, the smoke on his skin, gone, replaced by blazing clarity. Readout text, invisible to everyone but him, unfolded in his vision. Neoplasm flow. Divinely anchored decay wrist, 0% Regan field, expanding. Anonymous spoke without thinking, voice glowing. "We inverted." Bill Surfer blinked. "We what now?" "We don't block Twilight. We don't clash with Twilight. We make Twilight's existence run through OR filter." Mama Amma understood instantly. "Alignment lens," she breathed. "Yes, baby, yes." Her aura bloomed, not outward this time, but inward, curling around all of them like a spiraled shell. It wasn't a barrier anymore. It was a focusing chamber. She had stopped being a wall and become a lens. Yoku, so small, so calm, so toddler, raised his hands, palms out like conductor about to drop the downbeat on a cosmic choir. 10, he whispered softly, then with a tiny grin, or 11. The frozen air cracked. Twilight Zone Rap slammed back into motion and unleashed the Zone Absolute. The sky shattered into 11 spinning mirror rings that screamed raw distortion in all directions. Reality warped, gravity bent sideways. Echoes of the Rap family peeled off them like after images and tried to fight their originals for dominance. But this time none of that entered directly. It all flowed first through Mama Amma's lens field, and the lens did something rude. It translated. Every reversed vowel streaming out of Twilight's Zone Absolute hit the lens, and instead of striking, it came through rewritten into Yoku's chant. The kill chord from the Zone Absolute hit the dome as ooh, ee, ah, ooh, and came out of the dome as will it be 10 or 11, 10 or 11. The mirrored after images lunged, teeth bared, movements twitching and jerky. And the instant they touched Amma's focus field, they stopped, staggered, blinked, and then began moving in sync with their originals instead of attacking them. Twilight stared, that smooth confidence cracking. "No," he hissed. "No, no, no, you don't get to refract me. You don't get to make me wholesome." Civil Surfer's grin went feral. "Buddy, I think we just did." Twilight snarled and dove, dragging the 11 mirrors with him. They spun around him like orbiting saw halos. Each mirror flashed with image. Anonymous bleeding, Civil Surfer drowning, Mama Ama failing to protect, Yoku captured and silenced. Weaponized dread, Twilight thrust both arms forward. Break. Anonymous stepped in front of his family and did something that made even Civil Surfer stare. He opened himself, not his stance himself. He let the neoplasm chi flare to full. His aura didn't sharpen like a blade, didn't burst like a bomb. It unfurled like a living field of liquid light. Green veins of regeneration, violet arcs of snake chi wisdom, silver threads of something older than language hummed in coils around him. Twilight's 11 mirrors hit that field and didn't bounce. They dissolved, not shattered, not erased. Dissolved into light and reabsorbed as harmless data, like nightmares waking up and realizing, oh, I'm not real. I don't have to fight anymore. Twilight staggered in the air, choking, clutching his own throat like the vacuum was suddenly inside him. What did you do? Anonymous answered calmly. Neoplasm flow, but not the version you thought you could hijack. He took one step forward and the ground pulsed in 11 directions at once. My chi doesn't just regenerate my body anymore. It regenerates meaning. Twilight froze. Anonymous kept walking. You tried to weaponize reflection. You tried to turn pain into a broadcast. You tried to bend love until it cracked. That used to work, Twilight. It used to work on all of us. You were king of it. He spread his hands. Not anymore. Twilight's own rap tried to surge forward again, but his own zone absolute started flickering around him. Mirrors stuttering, feedback crawling down his arms like static parasites. His power wasn't vanishing, it was rebelling. Civil Surfer leaned in Yoku's ear. He's losing tune. Yoku nodded. He not in the song. That line hit like scripture. He not in the song. Twilight roared and ripped space. The air tore open behind him in a jagged wound, and from it poured something nastier than the inverted choir. Compressed shards of the broken mirror chamber itself. Raw reality teeth. Shards of weaponized perspective. All his old grudges, all his old manipulations, all his old control over how people saw themselves, forged into blades. That was his real weapon, not force. Narrative. Mama Ama saw those shards aiming for Yoku first and moved so fast she looked like golden afterimage. Not my baby. The shards hit her lens field and instead of piercing they slowed. The whole world slipped into syrup. Anonymous shouted, Surfer now. Civil Surfer grinned, dropped his stance, and did what only he could do. He surfed the pause. His chai board formed under his feet in glowing turquoise, and he rode along the slowed shards, tagging each one with upbeat rhythm hits like a drummer tapping cymbals. Tack, 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 tack. Oh, This is called Tide Reversal, he said, so smug he could have been wearing sunglasses. You tossed us your poison. Cool. We're just gonna send the emotional invoice back to the sender. One by one, the shards spun and reoriented, now aiming back at Twilight's own rap. Twilight saw it and snarled and threw his arms up to shield. The shards hit him, but they didn't wound him. They showed him. Every shard replayed the face of someone he broke, someone he manipulated, someone he trained too hard, gaslit too long, warped too deep. His expression changed, not to guilt, to fury. You don't show me. Then he screamed. The scream wasn't made of sound, it was made of breakage. The zone absolute detonated, reality buckled. The Chakratati rivers twisted in the air like they were being strangled. The ground cracked into a grid of floating slabs of light and shadow. Everyone was thrown in different directions, Surfer tumbling end over end, Amma skidding backward on her knees. Yoku spun up and caught midair in a vortex of glitch. Only Anonymous remained standing, because the neoplasm flow had finally stopped being just a form. It had become a field, and that field anchored him in all frames at once. Twilight hovered above the battlefield now as a living distortion, voice echoing from every direction at once, and none. You think you've risen beyond me, he hissed, voice like radio static in resentment. You think you've escaped my trial. Anonymous met his eyes. Calm, direct, not cruel. No, he said, I think you're still part of it. Twilight's face twitched, and Anonymous did something unbelievably disrespectful. He held out his hand, open, offered. Twilight reeled like he'd been struck. No, he roared. Do not offer me mercy. This isn't mercy, Anonymous said. Mercy says I forgive you. I'm not there with you. This is different. The neoplasm aura around him pulsed, not violence, steady. This is responsibility. Twilight stared, trembling. Anonymous kept going. His voice didn't rise. It just filled. You are not allowed to run the city as trauma anymore. You are not allowed to weaponize our self-doubt anymore. You are not allowed to turn reflection into a blade and call it training. That age is over. His eyes glowed, twin silver-violet suns. So I am sealing you. Twilight laughed, breathless. You can't kill me. I exist anywhere imbalance does. I'm inside people's fear. I am the voice that tells them they're not enough. I am permanent. I know, Anonymous said softly. That's why I'm not killing you. He nodded once. Song now, toddler Yoku inhaled. His tiny chest swelled, and together, father and son, they dropped the chant. Not cute now, not playful, not even loud, true. Yoku, will it be 10 or 11? Anonymous, weaving beneath. E-oo-oo-ee-ah-oo. The effect didn't blast, it gathered. Their combined resonance spiraled around Twilight Zone rap, coiling tighter, softer, cleaner, until the distortion that made up his body flickered from roar to whisper to outline to ember. He didn't vanish, he condensed. What remained of him, rage, brilliance, violation, obsession, control, hardened into a floating shard the size of a fist. A single dark glass seed, it hummed like a trapped radio signal. The battlefield went still. The sky returned to color. The rivers remembered how to flow forward. Civil Surfer sat up slowly, blinking. Did we just bottle Twilight Zone rap? Mama Amma exhaled hard, shoulders shaking, gold aura dimming back to soft honey light. We didn't bottle him. We quarantined the infection. Anonymous walked forward and caught the shard in one palm. The shard pulsed angry but caged. It tried to distort his aura. The neoplasm flow didn't let it. Toddler Yoku leaned over his shoulder, studying it with deep toddler skepticism. He go in timeout, Anonymous smiled. Yeah, baby, he goes in timeout. The shard twitched. Inside it, just for a flicker, Twilight Zone Rap's face formed, furious, insulted, humiliated, and smiling, not his smug smile. A different one. Something like respect. This isn't over, his voice echoed from inside the shard, distant but clear. I am the lesson you don't want. You conceal me, but what built me is still walking your streets. Anonymous's jaw tightened. Yeah, he said quietly, no. The shard went dim. Civil Surfer stood, dusted invisible dust off his shoulders. Okay. I vote we put Evil Crystal Dad in a jar and never tell the toddlers where we hide the jar. Mama Amma looked at Anonymous. You good? He nodded. But it wasn't the usual, yeah, I'm fine. It was the heavy kind. The kind where a leader feels the next storm before anyone else can smell the rain. I'm good in body, he said. Chi's stable, neoplasms anchored. No decay. He looked out over the now restored rivers, his voice lower. But he's right. About what? Civil Surfer asked. Anonymous answered without looking away. He wasn't born from power. He was born from womb. He closed his fist around the shard, and it hummed once in answer. We're not just fighting Twilight anymore, he said. We're fighting whatever built him. The air changed at that. Like something far above them, older than Twilight Zone rap, older than the Chamber's staircase, older than the rap family's own titles, had quietly leaned in to listen. Toddler Yoku yawned unconcerned and put his forehead on Anonymous's shoulder. Snack now, please. That cracked the tension. Civil Surfer laughed so hard he almost fell back over. Yes, thank you. Sandy checked from the small king. Mama Ama smiled, soft and fierce at the same time. Snack now. War Council after. Anonymous nodded. Yeah, that's the move. He looked up into the slowly healing sky. We sealed Twilight Zone rap, he said quietly to the air, to the city, to whatever was listening. Phase 1 complete. Then under his breath, only for himself. So who built you? The Chakra Toddy Rivers whispered back, but not in words, in foreshadow. A presence. Something old. Something that tuned entire realities and fed on disharmony the way some things feed on light. Something that did not like seeing Twilight leashed. Something that had just noticed the rap family and smiled. End of Chapter 1, Exit Light, Chapter 2, The Shadow Choir, Part 1 of 2-1, The City That Forgot Its Beat When the Gates Sealed Behind Them. Silence fell like smoke. The rap family stood at the edge of the old district, where murals used to hum and billboards blinked the day's rhythm challenges, but now every screen showed static. Even the neon signs above Rap Palace Diner flickered in half-tempo, on, off, like a heartbeat losing courage. Mama Ama raps are extended, testing the air. What came back made her skin prickle. The sound is wrong, she murmured. It's like the city's breathing backward. Civil Surfer squatted beside a puddle. In its reflection, his grin came back a half-second late. Yeah, he said, and my reflections got worse timing than me. Anonymous Cherry scanned the skyline. The neoplasm chime behind his ribs vibrated softly, mapping invisible currents of dissonance that pulsed through windows, cell towers, and car mirrors. The readings formed an ugly pattern, spirals twisting toward the center of the city. Toddler Yoku tugged his father's pant leg. They're singing. Everyone froze. Who's singing, baby? Mama Ama asked. Yoku pointed at the dark glass of the nearest office tower. The windows. They listened. At first, there was only the low hum of the wind through alleyways. Then, faint, almost polite, came a broken rhythm, like an old cassette spooling wrong side out. Ooh, yeah, oh. Civil Surfer's board materialized under his feet. Nope, not doing ghost karaoke tonight. Anonymous raised a hand. Wait, that's not Twilight's voice. It's the city itself repeating what he left behind. He turned slowly, watching every pane of glass vibrate to the same backward chant. He infected the reflections. Will it be 10 or 11? Will it be 10 or 11? E, ooh, 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 e, oh, ah, ooh, 2 echo people. They moved through the first intersection cautiously. The streets were empty except for paper cups rolling in slow motion. Each step they took left faint glowing footprints that refused to fade. The chamber's residual chi still clung to them like perfume from heaven. Then the first civilian appeared, a delivery driver, mid-stride, body frozen in the act of checking his phone. His eyes twitched, pupils flickering to the beat of the wrong chant. His reflection in the phone screen moved first, smiling wide, whispering silent vowels, before the real mouth caught up. Mama gasped. He's caught in it. Anonymous approached, gentle. Brother, can you hear me? The driver's voice came out in stereo, his own tone and a reversed echo underneath it. Will be 10, 11. Yoku's lip trembled. That's my song. Anonymous closed his eyes. It's your melody, baby, but it's been hollowed out. He reached forward and touched the man's shoulder. The neoplasm chi flared, silver veins of regenerative light crawling into the driver's aura. The phone screen cracked, the reflection dissolved. The man blinked, fell to his knees, sobbing once before going limp, breathing steady again. Mama Ama caught him before he hit the pavement. He's alive, just emptied out. Civil Surfer looked down the block where more people were frozen mid-motion, every window glinting with a faint, hungry pulse. We're standing in the middle of a remix he didn't finish. Anonymous nodded. And if we don't stop it, the track loops forever. Will it be 10 or 11? Will it be 10 or 11? Ooh, A-L-3. The whispering glass as a unit, Mama Ama at point. Surfer flanking right, Yoku on Anonymous's shoulders, chanting softly to keep their chai harmonized. The closer they got to city center, the louder the reverse song became. Storefronts murmured, puddles trembled, even polished car hoods joined in. Each reflection tried to open wider, like an eye remembering it was a mouth. Yoku covered his ears, too many. Anonymous crouched so they were face to face. What do they say? Yoku pointed to the largest window ahead, a 10-story mirror facade belonging to the old broadcasting tower. They want voices. They're hungry for talk. Civil Surfer whistled low. They're feeding on attention. Classic post-Twilight side effect. He taught them to crave notice. Mama Ama nodded grimly. Then we don't give them our fear. She spread her palms. Her aura thickened into translucent honey gold, covering each family member in a faint glow. This is the frequency of calm. Hold it. Anonymous smiled softly. That's why you're the heart. Then the tower sang back. The windows pulsed once, twice, and shattered outward in a single exhale of glass. The shards didn't fall. They hovered, turning edge out, each one a mirror still showing some distorted version of the family. From the cloud of reflections formed humanoid outlines, faceless, glinting, each wearing their own reversed grin. Shadow choir, Anonymous said quietly. The inverted choir's children. Will it be 10 or 11? Will it be 10 or 11? Ooh. For first contact, the air thickened with vibration. Every surface, walls, parked cars, even the pavement, joined the rhythm. Civil Surfer snapped his fingers and launched onto his chai board. Alright, Ghosts, class is in session. Let's see how you handle a solo. He swung around the block in a sweeping arc, slicing through 3 of the forms. The contact made no physical sound, only a bass thump deep enough to rearrange clouds. The shadows splintered into mist, but reformed seconds later. They rebuild from resonance, he yelled. Break the tone or they just respawn. Mama Amma closed her eyes. The gold in her aura rippled, shifting hue until it matched the flicker rate of the nearest glass fragment. She whispered a single note, soft, maternal, ancient. Every fragment within 30 feet slowed, their hum sinking to hers like restless children, soothed by lullaby. She smiled sadly. Even darkness remembers comfort. Anonymous drew the neoplasm flow up his spine. The dual rhythms of his hearts found the beat beneath the chaos. Yoku with me, 10 or 11, both, they sang. The duet rolled out across the square, a sound no instrument could imitate. It wasn't louder than the shadow choir, it was truer. The neoplasm chi expanded into translucent spheres that surrounded each shadow. Inside those bubbles, the reversed tones flipped upright, becoming color and warmth again. The forms screamed, melted, and rejoined the river of light running under the streets. Civil Surfer circled back, hair glowing turquoise. We're making progress. Anonymous didn't smile. He was watching the cracks spiderwebbing across the pavement. No, we're just scratching the surface. Will it be 10 or 11? Will it be 10 or 11? E, ah, ooh, 5. The bass line beneath. From den to the city. Something rumbled. A bass too low for ears, felt only in bones. It didn't match Twilight's pattern. It was older, slower, intentional. The building shuddered. Streetlights flickered in perfect sequence, one by one, spelling a code across the avenue. Mama Amma whispered the translation instinctively. Welcome back, students. Civil Surfer looked at her sharply. That ain't Twilight. No, Anonymous said, eyes narrowing. That's whoever taught him. The ground split. From the fissures rose figures made not of glass this time, but of stone shot through with veins of light. Ancient choir statues, cracked and humming, their mouths packed with speakers. They sang in layered harmony, deeper than the shadow choir, too perfect to be imitation. Yoku covered his ears and screamed, "Stop! They sound like the sky." Anonymous's neoplasm chi reacted violently. His aura flared into silver lightning. It's a direct link frequency. They're not copies, they're instruments. Mama Amma's eyes widened. Then the architect of dissonance is already playing. The statues opened their mouths wider, beams of sound forming visible shapes, sigils of pure rhythm, marching toward the family. Civil Surfer cursed. Guest class just got promoted to Apocalypse 101. Anonymous raised his voice over the roar. Hold formation, Emma shield. Surfer, mirror the bass. Yoku, keep the song clean, don't let it twist. Yoku nodded fiercely, tiny fists balled. 10 or 11. The battlefield lit like a rave in heaven's basement. Will it be 10 or 11? Will it be 10 or 11? E, ooh, ooh, e, ah, ooh, Chapter 2. The Shadow Choir Part 2 of 2. The street buckled, not cracked. Buckled like the whole block flexed its spine and tried to shake them off. The statues that had risen from the fissures stepped forward in stiff, grinding motions. They weren't alive, but they weren't dead. They were instruments being puppeted from elsewhere. Each mouth was a speaker. Each speaker carried a different layer of the song. And together they formed a structured attack. Boom sub-bass to destabilize the ground. Shine treble that pierced the nervous system. chant, midline frequency that reached straight for the mind. Civil Surfer braced his palm against his forehead. Oh yeah, there it is. They're trying to jack our brain signatures on beat 3. That's disrespectful. Mama Amma shifted stance feet wide, heart forward. Her aura thickened into a sea of molten gold pink, flaring upward into a dome that covered the entire team. The incoming wave hit her field and scattered like light through honey. But she felt something that made her blood go cold. Their song wasn't trying to destroy, not at first. It was trying to override. Listen, she said quietly, voice tight. Anonymous was already listening. The neoplasm chi in him, twin pulses of creation and dissolution, kept in harmony by the double chant, was lighting up in warning crimson. I hear it, he said. Civil Surfer looked between them. Hear what? All I hear is die slower while we remix your soul. Emma's eyes never left the statues. That's not just noise, that's law. Anonymous nodded. That bass line rumbling under the city wasn't just pressure, it was language. Every pulse from the statue was a directive. You belong to us, you report to us. You express through us. Your voice is ours. That's not Twilight, Anonymous said. That's colonial energy. Civil Surfer's jaw clenched. Somebody tried to colonize the whole sound field. That's exactly what I'm telling you. Amma's shield flickered just a little as rage leaked through her calm. Yoku didn't have words for any of that, but Yoku didn't need them. He was already crying, not scared crying, furious crying, hot, offended, toddler righteous crying. He held both arms out wide, tiny fists balled, and yelled so loud, snapped, No, you can't talk in my song. The statues froze. Everyone, like somebody hit pause on the entire invasion. The bass dropped out, the treble died. The midline went silent. Even the reflections in the glass puddles across the street pulsed, stalled, then shut off like unplugged amps. Civil Surfer just stared. I fear the kid, man. I really do. Amma put a steadying hand on Yoku's back. Breathe, baby, you did so good. And then, just like in the heavenly chamber, Yoku did what Yoku always does. He started chanting, soft, focused, pure. Will it be 10 or 11? 10 or 11? 10 or 11? The chant rolled out in waves over the dead street, and something unseen started to shift. The floating glass shards that had become the shadow choir. They didn't reform to attack again. They drifted closer and tilted, almost like they were listening. The cracked statues, frozen mid-step, hairline fractures spread through them, not from damage, but from unbinding. Their speaker mouths warped, melting, as if their own design no longer agreed to function. Anonymous felt it in his blood. The chant wasn't just shielding them this time. It was changing the environment's permission structure. This city, twisted by Twilight's corruption, then rewritten by something even older, was now being told by a toddler, no, you do not get to operate like that here. He felt it physically. The neoplasm chi inside him didn't just stabilize. It started syncing with the chant like a metronome. It wanted to broadcast. It wanted to imprint. And he understood instantly the offer. He could push his field outward now. He could pour neoplasm flow into the whole block, overwrite the infection, reset the resonance, free every civilian caught in delay. He could heal the street, but there was cost. He could feel the edge of it like a blade against his sternum. It wouldn't cost chi. It would cost him. Not his life, not death. The architect wasn't asking for death. That would have been crude. It would cost memory. To wash this street clean, he'd have to give this street a piece of who he was. He'd never get that piece back. And he already knew, without knowing how he knew, that the enemy listening beneath the city would absolutely love that. He didn't move. "Cherry," Civil Surfer asked quietly, watching his face. Amma noticed too. "Baby, talk to me." Anonymous kept his eyes on the statues, but his jaw was set. "They're baiting me," he said softly. "The architect, whoever's conducting this. They want me to push neoplasm flow over the whole city and lock in a permanent frequency. They want me to bless the sound grid." Surfer blinked. "That sounds positive. I'm not seeing the issue here." "Yeah," Anonymous said, "that's the issue." Amma inhaled slowly. "If you anchor your frequency into the city, they get to study it, map it, counter it. And worse," Anonymous said. He tapped his chest. "It wouldn't be mine anymore. It would be infrastructure. They turn me into a utility." Civil Surfer swore under his breath. "That's what Twilight was, not a villain. A network." Amma nodded. "Weaponizing a person until they're just a repeating pattern." Yoku looked up, still teary cheeks shining. "No, Daddy don't go in the walls." That cracked something in Anonymous. He smiled, and it wasn't battle smile. It was father smile. "I'm not, little chief. I promise I'm not." He stood. He rolled his shoulders back. And he chose something smarter. He didn't blast neoplasm flow across the city. He localized it. He stepped forward, right up to the nearest cracked statue, and pressed his palm to its chest. The statue twitched like it was about to swing, then stopped. Anonymous didn't heal it, didn't erase it, didn't purify it. He retuned it. He hummed a single note, low, warm, steady, the root note of himself, the note of "I am here." The one frequency no enemy could counterfeit without becoming honest. The neoplasm chi pulsed down his arm in twin waves. Creation and dissolution braided. The statue's body flickered. Its stone surface, once etched with 4 sigils of obedience, melted into smooth velvety black like cooled volcanic glass. Its joints unseized. Its speaker mouth softened into an actual mouth. And when it opened that mouth, it didn't scream. It whispered shaky, "Thank you." The whole block went quiet. Amma covered her mouth. Civil Surfer whispered, "He just freed it." Yoku reached out, curious. The being, no longer statue, not quite human, looked down at the toddler like it had never seen anything so important. It knelt. "I didn't want to sing that," it said in a rough, half-formed voice. "It hurt. I know," Yoku said very seriously. "Grown-ups be rude sometimes," Civil Surfer choked. Anonymous let out a slow breath he didn't realize he was holding. He scanned the street again. The rest of the statues, still locked, were now trembling, not with aggression, but with need. He turned his head just enough for Amma and Surfer to see his profile. "They're not enemies," he said. "They're receivers." He swallowed. "And someone else is still broadcasting into them." Amma nodded once. "The architect of dissonance." The ground hummed in reply, like a bass laugh, like recognition, like yes. "You've said my name." All the street lights on the block blew out at once. For a heartbeat, the city dropped into perfect black, like somebody threw a sheet over the sun. In that darkness, a voice rolled through the block, deeper than Twilight's, calmer, older, patient the way erosion is patient. It didn't yell, it resonated. "Impressive containment," the voice said, through every reflective surface still intact. "Efficient Chan architecture. Adaptive regeneration that resists decay under reflection. Juvenile harmonic source with uncorrupted root frequency. Alma's skin went cold. It's auditing us. Civil Surfer swallowed. We're getting profile. Yoku clung tighter to Anonymous's neck. Don't like that voice. Anonymous kept his stance relaxed, but his eyes were locked ahead, scanning every shadow. Show yourself. The voice hummed once, almost like amusement. My presence collapses most mortal geographies, it said gently. But we are in dialogue now, that is enough. Then just for a flicker, one of the remaining building windows didn't show a reflection of the street at all. It showed a white mask, featureless, smooth, just a shape. And behind that mask, only a field of interference, like a galaxy tuned to a dead radio station. I am the architect of dissonance, the voice said. I build the gaps between beings, then sell bridge access back to them. Your Twilight Zone rap was one of my mid-tier deployments. Civil Surfer's face went sharp. Mid-tier. You calling that reality-twisting chaos goblin mid-tier? The architect ignored him. It was studying Anonymous. Your neoplasm flow, it said like it was taking notes, is inefficiently kind. Alma's eyes flashed. Say that again. Kindness is high-energy burn for low-yield compliance, the architect continued, unbothered. I am observing in case you scale. If you attempt to stabilize this city's waveform using your frequency as primary key, I will acquire it. You will become infrastructure. Drones will sing your voice to enforce order. Your legend will be leveraged as civic management product. The air around them felt suddenly cold, like contract language, like weaponized bureaucracy, like spiritual colonization with a tech support number. Civil Surfer said softly now, that's what Twilight was supposed to be. Neighborhood control software in a trench coat. Anonymous said nothing, because his jaw had gone tight with a kind of anger that wasn't loud. The architect noticed. Hostility is expected, it said, but irrelevant. I now understand what must be done. The white mask in the glass tilted almost politely. So I will abandon Choir format. Shadow format has been countered. Mirror format has been sealed. Instrument format has been compromised emotionally and is therefore unstable. The streetlights slowly began to flicker back on, one at a time like waking eyes. Next iteration, the architect said, will be direct. Alma inhaled. Direct means I know, Anonymous said. He turned, eyes on his family. It's coming in person. The architect's voice pulsed through every pane of glass around them. Prepare yourselves for Ascension Draft Protocol, it said softly. We will test you at scale shortly. Then it was gone. Just gone. The silence that followed was the loudest silence the city had ever heard. For long seconds, nobody talked. Even the wind didn't know if it was allowed to move yet. Then the Surfer finally exhaled, wiped a shaking hand down his face, and said what everyone in the block was feeling. I hate him. Yoku nodded aggressively. Me too. Alma pulled them all in, no big speech. No false comfort. Just gathered them, pressed foreheads, and breathed as one until the ringing left the air. Anonymous didn't hug in, he couldn't. His body was still resonating, neoplasm flow humming hard enough to make his bones tingle. He was standing guard without even realizing he'd made that decision. The freed statue, no longer pulsing with forced law, still on one knee, looked up at him. Are you the one? It asked slowly. Who decides the song? Anonymous looked down at it. The wind lifted the edges of his coat. His aura, still faintly lit, made the shadows around him bend instead of touch him. He didn't puff his chest. He didn't pose. He didn't grin. He just answered in plain truth, no. He pointed at Yoku, who was now leaning against Amma's shoulder, sucking his thumb and glaring at the nearest streetlight like it personally offended him. He is. The statue nodded in reverence. Civil Surfer snorted. Good, cool. Love that for us. Toddler is creative director of reality. That should go fine. That actually pulled a tiny laugh from Amma. Anonymous finally let his shoulders drop. His eyes drifted up toward the sky, the real one, above buildings, above unfinished neon and injured billboards. The kind of sky you look at when you're doing math with destiny. He spoke low, more to himself than anyone else. Okay, so Twilight was the pre-test. The architect is the exam. His gaze hardened, and he just told us the subject. Amma nodded. He's gonna try to force ascension as regulation. Surfer groaned. Government-mandated spiritual enlightenment. That sounds like a nightmare seminar. Yoku blinked slow, sleepy now. Snack time now. That broke the tension like a crystal dropped on tile. Yes, Amma said immediately. Snack time now. Snack time now, Surfer agreed, pointing at the sky. New cosmic rule. Even godlike colonizer frequency architects gotta respect snack time. Anonymous smiled for real. Snack time now. He crouched, picked toddler Yoku up. The little one melted instantly against his chest like all was right again, simply because that's where he decided safety is. The street was still cracked. The city was still infected. The architect was still listening. But for the first time since stepping out of heaven, the moment felt owned. Not borrowed, not negotiated, not stolen back, owned. That mattered. Amma looked to Anonymous. Plan, he said, shifting Yoku to his hip, while the child's sleep mumbled 10 or 11 into his shoulder. As we heal what we can touch. We don't get baited into broadcasting citywide. We don't give him a clean sample. We stay small, surgical, moving. We build harmony off-grid. We teach it hand-to-hand, block-to-block. Surfer nodded. Guerrilla alignment. Amma smiled. Community spiritual defense. Anonymous looked at both of them, then at the freed statue, who was still kneeling, still humming quietly in relief. And, he said quietly, we start because Twilight Zone rap tried to own their trauma. But the architect of dissonance, he wanted to own their healing, which meant this next war wasn't just fists and shy explosions. It was custody of the soul. And the rap family snack first was absolutely not losing that. Will it be 10 or 11? Will it be 10 or 11? A, E, ooh, ooh, E, E, ooh, ooh. End of chapter to Shadow Choir. Like rap's time chamber did not open with noise. They opened with knowing. Anonymous Cherry stepped inside, and the world fell silent behind him. The chamber expanded into an endless cathedral of light, mirrors floating like galaxies, each reflecting not his body, but every version of his becoming. Gold mist rolled across the floor like living breath. Above, the ceiling resembled a sunrise trapped in crystal. Rev Ike's voice moved through the chamber like velvet thunder. Welcome to the room where decisions become destiny. The first mirror ignited with soft fire. In it, Anonymous saw himself weighed down by yesterday's fatigue, old doubts clinging like shadows. The mirror spoke first, not in words, but in feeling. Then Rev Ike's voice layered over it. I choose to be happy, healthy, and successful. The mirror cracked. Light spilled out. The old version exhaled and dissolved. His chest grew warm. The second mirror rose. It showed his body moving with hesitation, power restrained by memory of pain. Reiki whispered, "I am enthusiastic, energetic, and strong." Electric gold thundered through anonymous muscles. His spine straightened. His breath deepened. The reflection shifted, hesitation replaced by readiness. The third mirror revealed his habits, late nights, scattered focus, buried potential. Today I abandon my old habits and take up new, more positive ones. The mirror rippled like water. The old patterns slid off him like dust washed by rain. Discipline replaced delay. Intent replaced impulse. Now the chamber itself began to respond. The walls pulsed to the rhythm of his heartbeat. Today I am brimming with energy and overflowing with joy. Joy arrived quietly at first, then like sunlight through storm clouds. His nervous system softened. His shoulders released their ancient armor. The next mirror showed his mind racing in too many directions at once. My body is healthy. My mind is brilliant. My soul is tranquil. The racing slowed into clarity. Thoughts lined up like soldiers of light. His breath became steady, not forced, not shallow, sovereign. Reiki stepped forward now, fully visible, glowing in tailored starlight. Say it with me now, not as hope, but as fact. I wake up today with strength in my heart and clarity in my mind. The chamber vibrated in agreement. Mirror after mirror activated, each one a doorway. Each affirmation not just spoken, but installed into the architecture of his being. I love myself unconditionally. The armor of self-judgment fell off. I am beautiful, and so is the world. The environment brightened as if hearing him the first time. Abundance is my true state of being. I accept it fully and joyously. Gold currents surged through the floor into his feet, into his bloodstream, into his future. I have control over my thoughts, feelings, and choices. The final illusion of helplessness shattered. Now the chamber shifted. The mirrors turned inward, forming a ring around his heart. I am the architect of my life, a blueprint